We all float down here.
Hey guys, me, yo, Super Solo, thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! This is It Chapter 2. This is Pennywise. Hopefully this is the last one in the series of Pennywise figures, as I now own, about 5 different versions of this figure? It's insane. But you keep getting them for all the accessories. I wish they would have just kept making accessory packs for this rather than constantly giving us a body, because I've got like 5 variants of this same thing now. It's nuts, and it's good for photography. I mean, I've got an idea where I'm going to use them all together, but yeah, this is the 4th or 5th incarnation now. That sun's just come out just as I'm recording. It does this all the time. But this Pennywise is awesome anyway, because it's from It Chapter 2. It's got some great new head sculpts with this one, and some great accessories. The only Pennywise I am now missing is the black and white variant, which I believe was a Comic-Con exclusive. I'm going to shut that blind again. I opened that blind because it got dark. And then as soon as I open it, it blinds me. Can't win today. So yeah, the only one I'm missing now is the black and white variant one. So hopefully I can track that down at some point. I think it's quite hard to get hold of though. Might have to wait till I'm in the States and try and track it down while I'm out there. But for now, we've got 4 interchangeable heads to look at and a brand new Pennywise sort of sculpt and stuff. So let's take a closer look at this figure. The packaging itself is very cool. It's got the flip front where you can look at the figure on the inside of the box, like all NECA figures. We've got the tongue head. We've got the more like gnarly head, the regular face one. And then we've got my favourite one. This is the one I'll be using with this body, I think. The Pennywise from the show. Like the humanoid one. It comes with a bunch of different hands again. And then a red balloon, of course. Always comes with a red balloon. But great. On the side panel, it's got the Pennywise face and the logo, so It Chapter 2. And on the back, it's got loads of artist renderings with a little bit of a write-up, which is the usual one, which states, the members of the Loser Club reunite in Derry to confront the shape-shifting demon that terrorised them as children 27 years earlier. But this time, they'll put an end to it. Right, let's break Pennywise out of the packaging. Free him from his plastic prison. Just the one clip on that one. Okay. Not that I'm saving the boxes. I never save the boxes on these figures. Okay. Very nice. One rope tie. Oh, that one's awkward. Might have to go in from the back. 2. 3. 4. Okay. That's all the rope ties. 1 head. 2 head. Balloon. Head. And then hand, and the bottom ones are held in by. Okay. Awesome. Right, everything's out. We won't be needing this anymore. Right, so let's take a look at this Pennywise. Actually, it's a different. The main sculpt this time is different, isn't it? The hairline's a little bit different. So here is the basic Pennywise. I feel like they've done a different paint app on him as well. They've improved on the design, because on the actual body of Pennywise this time, he's got more of a grayscale, and if you look at the back, he's got the little Victorian style ties that go all the way up, which I don't think the original ones had. And he's a very different shade. He's more of a silvery grey. This time, standard, he comes with 2 open hands, which is nice. I never liked the elbows on Pennywise. He always feels like he's about to snap in half before you get there. But luckily they pop off because of the... You know you're alright with Pennywise, he's never going to snap because his arms actually pop off like that. Because you can fit the lobster claws onto him. So all the Pennywises have that same feature. So you can put the lobster claws on. So, I'm just warming up all the joints as they are a little bit stiff on this figure. Okay, so as you can see, the arms do lift up at this top hinge, do also rotate. We've got the double hinged elbows that goes all the way around, and the hands are on ball joints as well. His head can look up, down, left and right, as well as a little side to side, but this piece here around the neck stops that from being really useful. You can waist swivel him there, his legs lift out as much as this piece will allow, as well as forwards. There's actually double hinged knees on this one, same as the elbows, they just crunch like so. So you have to crunch it all the way around. There's no boot cut. There is a top thigh cut though. Feet are on rocker and pivot, and they do have holes in the feet should you wish to use a display base. So all in all, excellent. Pennywise. Like I said, he comes with both open palm hands as standard, but he does have a multiple use of other hands. I'm going to keep the open palm ones on for now, but you can put on hands that he can hold the balloon with. He's also got the weird that hand where you can put the balloon through the little circle bit. I never liked that hand, but he's got 2 hands that you can hold things in, and then 2 completely flat palm hands, because the hands that are on him right now are kind of not, they're kind of half grabbing hands, like they're flat but they're rounded, but you couldn't put anything in them. You know, it'd have to be something quite large. Either way, I kind of like those hands on Pennywise, they kind of look good. So this is it's gone really dark in here now, but I dare open the blinds because the moment I open them it's going to get blinding again. So that's the main sculpt for the first one. But why would you use that sculpt on this one? We've got access to all these awesome sculpts. So we've got the grinning sort of teethed, I call that the starting of the Deadlights kind of head, isn't it? Where he's gonna start morphing. So that one's cool. Then he's got the tongue head. I know Pennywise is a very popular character, but the film was very popular. I've always been surprised they never released any of the children in NECA form. I mean, you've got Pennywise, but you kind of need some civilian kids to go with him for display and for photography. That's where he's inside the playhouse, isn't it? Inside the sort of no, it's not like a circle. Where is it? Like a fairground, and they're in like the madhouse, and he's up against the window. Where he basically knows he's not going to be able to save the kid. And then you've got this sculpt, which is the one that I really like, and I'm tempted to use with him because it's the humanoid head. For the first time, we've got the humanoid head from the flashback scenes, and that looks really sinister. I'm having trouble with that one arm though, it does likes to pop off. If you kind of do that where he kind of like is touching his face as well, it just looks like it's a very sinister sculpt, that. It's very cool. Yeah, imagine if you could make a photography where you've got the mirror, like a mirror setup as well, and you could have this one on one side, then use one of the other Pennywises on the other side with the full makeup on. That'd look really cool. Like how you could have this guy sort of knelt down, like losing his mind, and have the other Pennywise on the other side, sort of talking to him. That looks sick. So yeah, I love that sculpt. That sculpt's definitely going to be one of the popular ones for me. Let's finish off the review. Let's go ahead and put Pennywise, the main clown, pose back on. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to change these hands. So we could just literally pull, and that just pops off. The little nub stays with the hand itself. Sorry, with the stumpy bit itself. And then we can get one of the other hands. See, we've got these hands, but I'm pretty sure they hold the wire as well, don't they, for these? Not very well, that's why they give you the other one. Okay. So we will use that one then. Okay, so we attach the other hand on. And we get the balloon with the string. It's on like a fish wire. And then that little hole. We're meant to be able to just slide that in. Yeah, true fashion, mine's bending and doesn't want to. Yeah, that does not want to go in there. Do you know those little red balloons I've got now as well? I have like a whole box full of the little red balloons from all the different variants. Try and put one of the other hands on them. Come on. I had a bit of trouble with this one. So now I can put will fit in that one. We have to hold it pretty thingy. Remember what I did last time? I kind of did this. Tied it round, wrapped it round, pulled it through, then hide that wire there. I do that, and I think that looks better on photography. Rather than using the little weird thingy hand, I use that. I use the grip one, and then just hide the wire behind behind this part of his jacket. Just push that down there, and have him hold it in a way the camera can't see where I've wired it up, basically. And then I'll keep that hand basically with that wrapped round it, so that for future, for like opportunity, like for photography moments, the hand's already set up. But yeah, for this Pennywise, because I've got so many, I can put the different hands on different ones. I'll be using these open palm ones with this Pennywise. I like them. But guys, what we'll do is we'll head on down to the desk cam to give you guys an up close personal look at this Pennywise. So let's go to the desk cam. Alright guys, here's Pennywise out of the packaging, looking awesome. I've got him in a weird little stance. I like to kind of not stand him straight because I think that's too obvious and too easy. When you watch the movie, Pennywise very rarely stands in like a straight stance. He's always hunched or he's always doing something. So I've got his feet in these really weird, like, he's got his knees in really weird positions and his feet are opposite, and then I've got his hands sort of outstretched towards if he's like telling someone to follow him or whatever, and then I've got the balloon, which again, if you look from this angle, it looks like it's through his hand,
But in actual fact, I've wrapped it around, but you can't see that on photography because of the white on the white. It just looks really good. So it looks like the balloon's gone through his hand. And if you kind of do it like that, it looks like it's blowing in the wind a little bit. And I've got him leaning the same way as the balloon to kind of go with that. It looks like he's sort of being blown a little bit, which I kind of like. That face sculpt is good though. There's like life behind those eyes. It's scary, and even the teeth and everything. Like you can see the little indents in between the teeth and things. Very detailed. I like the ruffles. It genuinely looks like it's ruffled, even though it's plastic. It looks cloth, even though it's not. And then again, the clothing, they've got a nice scaling, like a darker scale in the middle that then pans out to a softer grey. All the detailing in the costuming, like the runs down the back and things, all being engraved into the figure. It's just an excellent mould and an excellent sculpt and paint job. They've done a great job bringing this Pennywise to life, in my opinion. It just looks so good. With all the accessories, definitely worth the money. I would say that if you were going to collect any Pennywise, if you haven't got any yet, I would definitely say go with this Chapter 2 one, as it's kind of the ultimate Pennywise at this point. It's got the civilian-style Pennywise head, it's got the tongue Pennywise head, it's got a growling, sort of teethy version, and then a regular version. It's got a balloon, it's got the balloon hands, it's got grip hands, open palm hands, and straight palm hands. So it's got everything you're going to need to pose and use a Pennywise figure. So I would say go with this one over any of the others, in my personal, honest opinion. I hope in the future they do make more accessories packs. I love the first one where we got the grate and stuff like that. I just hope they go ahead and make more and give us more options. Again, I would love to see them make the kids, and if they could even make the kids packs, and inside each of the kids figures we get a new accessory for Pennywise. That would be awesome. That's to do with that kid, you know what I mean? That would have been a cool way of doing it as well. Like each of their phobias or whatever, we got like an accessory that goes with that to use with Pennywise. There you go, NECA, there's an idea for you. But guys, what are your thoughts on this Pennywise? Let us know in the comments down below. And let's go back to the main cam and finish up this video.
So guys, what are your thoughts on this Pennywise? Like I said, this one is positively my favourite of the bunch. I love this one so much. What are your guys' thoughts though? Let me know in the comments below. Hopefully during November, it should be a quieter month with not as much to review on the channel and not as many deliveries as we get towards Christmas. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to catch up a little bit on some things that I've been promising for quite some time, including the sort of collection videos where we go through what I've collected this year, my favourite action figures of this year, and also we'll start looking at, I want to do, I want to go through like all the Pennywise figures we have, get all the accessories together, get all the bits and pieces, and at least show you what you get when you buy all the different Pennywises. I'd love to do that video. So let us know if you want to see stuff like that, as well as regular action figure reviews, because I'd love to create other style of content as well. I'm just finding time to do it, guys. I promise. I keep promising to do it. I just need to find time. But guys, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video, then please make sure you hit that subscribe button, especially if you're new around here. It would really support us and help support this channel. Over 60% of my audience isn't actually subscribed, so if you could subscribe for me, that would be absolutely amazing. It's free to do, you just need a Google account. But guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm your host, Superstar, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you, and don't forget, we all float down here. Bye!